Saints Row 3 is getting a remaster. So, what are the details? Where's Saints Row 5? Is Saints Row 2 getting a remaster? And who the hell is Spiritsoft? Grab a beer, cue the royalty-free mood music. Here's everything you need to know before you buy. By now you would have seen the trailer Deep Silver released, comparing the Saints Row we know from 2011 to the Saints Row Remastered gameplay we have now. And at first glance, it looks lovely. But what exactly are the changes? Kotaku reports a list featuring a new lighting engine and physical-based rendering with global illumination. What that means for us is that with physical-based rendering, the lighting in the game will appear much more true to life. The engine will take into account different textures and surfaces in-game, as well as angle, weather, and day-night cycles. By comparison, the game will look much more vibrant and not as washed out. This goes hand in hand with the new ambient occlusion techniques and global illumination. Global illumination will judge how light bounces off other surfaces, while ambient occlusion will judge how exposed each surface is to that ambient light. For example, the sun shining on a wall will make it pretty bright, but the corner around it will be much less exposed by contrast. The game will also be in HDR, so all this is going to work to create the beautiful sun-kissed vibrancy you see on your screen. It also means sunsets. Sunsets! Sunsets! More features from the trailer include a denser population and overhauled vehicle models. There's a whole bunch more technical stuff on the list, so if you want to do your own research, we'll leave a link to the article in the description. I haven't been able to find a list this comprehensive to corroborate it, but it does seem to line up with the trailer. However, if you're still a skeptic, feel free to take it with a big grain of salt. The graphically enhanced remaster will release with all its DLC on Xbox, PlayStation, and the Epic Games Store. So far, everything's looking pretty bloody good.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I knew it.
Yes, with all the good news comes a big but. While online co-op will stay, couch co-op will not. Also, the game will cap at 30 frames, while the PC will run 60 frames. Why? Why would you do this? The Master Race got another one on us, lads. Now, Saints Row 3 is getting a remaster, but you might be wondering, why isn't Saints Row 2? Well, back in the day when Volition wanted to port the game to PC, they outsourced the job to a development team under CD Projekt Red. That port is infamously known as one of the worst ports ever created, and when THQ went under, the source code was lost in the bankruptcy auction. Just a few months ago in 2019, it was announced Volition found the source code and are now working on a fix for the PC version of the game. Safe to say, until this is done, we're probably not going to see a remaster of Saints Row 2, especially considering this project is very much a labour of love, only being done by 2 members of Volition, while the rest of the team works on, you guessed it, Saints Row 5. Volition have announced the game is in development multiple times, much to the happiness of the Reddit community. But you can also watch the Saints Row 2 11-year stream if you want to hear them touch more on the sequel, and Saints Row 2 source code, and hear them talk about their feelings.
I'm getting choked up.
Hang on a minute. If Volition's working on Saints Row 5, who's handling the Saints Row 3 remaster? Well, the job was outsourced to a relatively unknown studio called Spiritsoft. Now, if you just asked yourself, who? Well, the question has been on the lips of many Twitter users as well as you. And Volition have replied with some bloody sass. A simple Google search will lead you to their website, which will immediately show you bloody nothing, which will lead to frantically clicking through tabs in search of information, still finding nothing but vague flexes, and eventually driving you to literally ask, what does Spiritsoft actually do? Showing a What We Do page, which you missed earlier in the frantic clicking. This is still kind of vague, so you resort to reading Glassdoor reviews, which endeavour to reveal as much information as a broomstick in an interrogation room, other than that Spiritsoft are not bad. So from what we've gathered, they're a subsidiary of Keyword Studios who provide services from their teams for game development, art, and quality assurance. Spiritsoft themselves are a team that handles outsourced art projects from other studios, seemingly until now that they're handling the graphical enhancement of an entire game. But you can see their work in their portfolio and on artstation.com if you want to be more familiar with their work. Volition seem to think they've handled this expertly, and from what we've seen of the trailer, this looks to be true, so there doesn't need to be any cause for concern. But we're going to find out for ourselves when the game is released on May 22nd. In the meantime, videos have surfaced from YouTuber BeansGams with what they claim to be footage of the game in remastered form. Looking at a direct comparison from this video to the 2011 version, it certainly looks different. However, there's been no word from Deep Silver, Volition, or even Spiritsoft on this gameplay. It does look pretty legit, but there hasn't been any word anywhere else on a leak either, so you can take this with some more salt. And that's about all you need to know and more. If you found this video informative, well, you'd probably hate our other videos where we're just having fun and being stupid in Let's Plays. However, if you're curious, our recommendations are right here. They might also convince you to throw a subscription our way, and if you do that, you'll be part of making this little channel something bigger one day. So if you do that, thanks. And thanks for watching.